We love video games that provide a real challenge. Fortunately, there have been plenty of difficult games to play lately, and most of them also include some really tough boss fights. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of those epic battles. Get ready for our top 10 hardest bosses in recent games.
Yakuza, kill
The bosses in Yakuza 6 are all pretty difficult, but Joe Amon really stands out from the rest. This secret boss unleashes a flurry of quick strikes at you. You need to counter his attacks with perfect timing in order to survive. He even sends a bunch of little drones after you. It's very hard to focus when an army of vacuum cleaners keeps bumping into you, but you will need to beat this guy if you want to add him to your clan.
Is this a dream? Am I awake? Is this anger I feel? Is it wrath? I think it is.
Vampire has a very interesting setting, great characters, and an okay combat system. The final boss of the game really puts your fighting skills to the test. The Red Queen's avatar has a ridiculous amount of health. She sends an army of clones after you and does a lot of damage herself. The developers even adjusted her difficulty depending on the number of citizens you embraced. So players who sucked the blood of the innocents to get stronger will get punished in the end. Now that's just evil.
For as long as you are alive, the dragon's blood can never be mine.
Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice is the latest game by the guys behind Dark Souls and Bloodborne, so it goes without saying that it has plenty of difficult bosses. We had the most trouble with Genichiro Ashina. You really have to study the moves of your opponent in this epic sword fight. You only stand a chance if you learn his attacks and counter at the right time. It's a very tough fight, but you feel like a true badass when you finally win. Monster Hunter World is all about taking down huge monsters together with a group of friends. There are plenty of big monsters in the game, but the most challenging one has to be Teostra. This elder dragon can kill you with a single hit, so you need to dodge his attacks in order to survive. You also need armor with fire resistance and lots of healing items. Stay focused, and you should be able to take him down eventually. Ashin is an indie game that takes a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls. The most challenging boss will pop up at the very end of the game. Fighting Cisna is no joke. This boss has very long arms which can be hard to avoid. Her second phase is even tougher. She turns into a spider and starts running around the arena like a maniac. We have a lot of respect for gamers who beat this incredibly tough boss. Celeste is a great platform game that provides a serious challenge. It has loads of very difficult levels and a brutal final boss. Battleline really puts your skills to the test with a long obstacle course. The level just goes on and on while she constantly shoots laser beams at you. One mistake means restarting the entire section, so your timing needs to be perfect. It's a very hard final battle that demands absolute perfection from the player.
Okay, this is not good.
Alert. Magical weapons from the old world detected. Magical elements have a high probability of penetrating all defense systems. Proposal. Evade.
It's not that easy, you dumbass!
NieR Automata is one of the best action games in recent years. But the battle against the most challenging boss in the game is no walk in the park. The optional boss, Emil, can only be unlocked after beating the game. This level 99 enemy is incredibly strong, so you need to come prepared. Don't even bother fighting this guy before you're a pretty high level yourself. Beating him will unlock the final ending in the game. Or you could just look it up on YouTube instead. Dark Souls Remastered gave us the opportunity to replay a classic game with beautiful new graphics. It also reminded us how much we hated Ornstein and Smaug. This duo kicked our ass back in the day, and they are just as tough in the remake. It's very hard to fight two bosses at the same time. One is fast and the other is slow, but they both do an insane amount of damage. It's still one of the most difficult battles in the entire series that requires lots of patience and skill. The latest God of War game completely overhauled the combat system. It offers a lot of depth and a huge amount of different special moves. However, you don't really need all these options, as you can hack and slash your way through most enemies in the game. The same can't be said for the Valkyries. These difficult optional bosses really put your skills to the test. The Valkyrie Queen delivers the most epic fight at the very end. Only the most hardcore players will be able to defeat this insanely tough boss.
Hey, jackass! Did your mother ever teach you it's not nice to steal?
You are supposed to lose the first battle against Urizen in Devil May Cry 5. Getting your ass kicked is part of the story. Nero gets beat up and Dante goes missing. However, it is possible to just beat the boss and end the game then and there. Now, this is ridiculously hard and something only very few gamers will be able to do. But we think it's pretty great that the developers included a secret ending for the DMC Elite. Those were 10 very difficult bosses in recent games. How many of these guys did you beat? Let us know in the comments, and please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!
Well, we did it.